Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. A lot of you know, and all my friends know, that my English is not that good. So last week, a friend of mine sought to confirm that understanding. So he asked me, well, Ilong, what is the difference between complete and finish? I dug into my deepest recesses all the way back to primary school, and that's a long way back. Couldn't think of any difference. So I said, well, it's the same. So he said, no, it's not the same. Let me illustrate. A successful businessman who has political interests, if he joins the right party, he's complete. If he joins the wrong party, he's finished. And if he's seen to be campaigning for the wrong party, he's completely finished. So I like to emphasize that I'm pro-budget, so I should not be seen to be campaigning for the wrong party. So for the next hour or so, we'll look at various changes proposed by the minister and how this impacts us, impact the industry. And I forgot, earlier on, Dr. Magat mentioned that this year's budget, the reliefs, the giveaways have been the largest in recent years. But I think after the budget debate, we would not be surprised to know that Parliament will be dissolved, so it is going to be election. So it's quite a coincidence. So I'll look at the budget and see what changes there are. And if there are questions, we have panel session with distinguished panel members, so we can discuss that as well. So first, after a lot of representations, the minister decided to maintain corporate tax at 17% because there had been a lot of representations to say that we are still higher than Hong Kong. Hong Kong is 16.5. So we should be more aggressive, be lower than Hong Kong. But honestly, at 17, our corporate tax rate is actually low enough. And the half percentage difference between Hong Kong and Singapore would not encourage companies to relocate to Hong Kong. Because I always remind my clients, look, half a percentage is not much to look at, but on top of that, you must take into account cost of living in Hong Kong is a lot higher. Rental, especially office rental, is like double Singapore. Wages, at least 50% higher than Singapore. So that would eat off quite a lot of your profit. But if you look and compare ourselves, we are actually quite attractive at 17% because Hong Kong being half a percent lower than us, as I say, not much difference, but clustered 7 percentage point above us is China, Malaysia, and Indonesia. UK is 28, India, Thailand, Japan at 30, but if you look at Japan, if you add on the inhabitants tax, then it's closer to 40. And US is all the way up at 35. Obama has gone on record to say that he hopes that corporate tax in US can be reduced to the high 20s. So there will be something like between 5 and 8% reduction in the US. If you look at the extreme low end, we have Ireland there with 12.5%. Up until 2007, a lot of representations were made using Ireland's corporate tax rate as an example to say that we should be as aggressive as Ireland. Because up until then, Ireland was regarded as the Celtic tiger. It was growing very, very